I love the feeling of a thick book and I love the feeling of a thin book. They're very different feelings. But I just love holding a book. I love holding multiple books. I just love books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we're doing a very exciting reading vlog of the Off-Campus series. I have the old covers, you can just see the deal down there. Yeah, mind your business that I bought both sets of covers without having reading them, but these ones are so much nicer than the old ones, so yeah, I bought them. Anyway, we're finally getting around to reading this series in this video. Hopefully I can manage this in about a week, because technically it'll be due up on Sunday and today's Tuesday. But we will see. This video might be slightly late going up, but I started the deal last night. So I'm about 159 pages in, I'm on chapter 18. So my goal today, obviously I don't work Tuesdays, is to read the rest of this and to get a good chunk through the mistake to try and get like going quite quickly on this reading vlog. So yeah, last night I got like over 150 pages into the deal. I really enjoy it. There's something I love about hockey romances and just really funny and cheeky MMCs. And it's always in hockey romances where the men are so cheeky and I love it. We're at the point when, because this one is about Garrett and Hannah and they strike a deal. She's gonna help kind of like tutor him for this test that he's really struggling with, and if he doesn't pass it he's not going to be able to play hockey, or he's going to be benched until his grades go up. And she has a crush on a football player, so he's like, well, if you're more popular the guy will like you. So we'll like go to a party together and we'll be seen together and he'll start to like notice you, which is so stupid. Like, oh, it works, but that's stupid. Men are ridiculous. Anyway, but obviously Garrett is now really regretting his life, because we're at the point where Garrett is starting to like Hannah. I think he thinks he just wants to sleep with her, but what he doesn't realize is he actually likes her. Yeah, I don't think he's at that realization yet. And Hannah's getting all tingly for Garrett now, so things are progressing. I've got a little over 200 pages, like 220 pages to get through to finish this, so I'm going to try and do that this morning, possibly. And then, yeah, and then the plan is to go on to the mistake today, because this one's the shortest. It's only just 300 pages. Yeah, it's like 307. So this one, it's so dinky and cute. I love the feeling of a thick book and I love the feeling of a thin book. They're very different feelings. But I just love holding a book. I love holding multiple books. I just love books. Anyway, let's get on with this. Yeah, I'm really liking it so far. It's making me giggle. It's just really fun and completely unserious. So I'm enjoying it. Is it a masterpiece? No. Are some parts of it a little bit silly? Yes. But that's why we love it. So let's get to finishing the deal. Garrett is doing the most right now. Oh my god. He's not doing the most. I just love this scene that is happening currently. And I love Garrett currently. They're so cute. I love them so much. The man Garrett is, I love him. I love him. He didn't go all stupid. He got drunk one night and then was like, something cooked here. I love him. I love him. That locker room is so funny. Oh my god. Yay, that was so good. I actually turned the camera off. It took me about an hour and 25 minutes probably to finish the last bit of this. This is terrible lighting because of that. I'm gonna rate this a 4.5 stars. I loved this book. It is so good. Garrett Graham, the man you are. That was so good. The banter was good. I loved like everyone's like relationships with each other and like the hockey team's friendship, and it just wasn't too long. That's the thing. Some, like, don't get me wrong, like Icebreaker, I loved that book. It was a 5 stars, but a lot of people say it's too long, and it probably could be shorter, but I loved it that much that I'm happy it's the length it is. And same for like the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. Like all the books are quite long because they add in like a bunch of extra little like scenes and stuff to build like the relationships between characters, and they probably could be shorter, but I love how long they are. But this one, it's just like it kept all like a perfect amount of like those cute moments between the different characters and like the banter and the fun silly moments while not being like super long, because it was what, like 380 pages. So yeah. Okay, The Mistake next. I'm gonna literally start it straight away because it's 3:15. I need to get going on that book, so let's go grab it. I'm gonna be just like getting into bed and reading until I fall asleep, but I'm pretty much 150 pages in, so I'm pretty much halfway through the book. And I'm also really enjoying this. I do prefer book 1 so far, but I just love these books. I don't know, and I'm only halfway through book 2. There's still a chance for this series to be made, but I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. We are in the like after summer going back to college part of the book, so like things are really gonna start happening now. I feel really sorry for Logan. I feel like he just is, I feel very, well, I can't relate because I'm not like in a situation I don't want to be in, and I'm not like feeling forced into a future that I don't want. But when you feel a bit lost and a bit trapped and you just feel a bit hopeless about the future, I really like relate to that feeling, as depressing as that sounds. So I'm kind of relating to Logan at the moment. I've had a bit of an existential crisis today, not related to this in the slightest, but I did have a bit of an existential crisis today. I probably could have finished this book by now if I hadn't been having that, but we'll ignore that right now. Yeah, so I just really feel for Logan. I just love him, and I feel really bad for Grace. You can just tell that is it Ramona? She's just not a good friend, and like I mean obviously it's like how Elle Kennedy's wrote it from the beginning. You know that clearly she's not a good friend, because it's just, even Grace seems to have her doubts with some things. I feel really bad. It's one of those things where there's nothing worse when you've had like a friend who you think you're so close to, and then she turns out to like be like backstabbing you, or just two-faced, or just a complete bitch. And yeah, I didn't like Ramona from the start. Something about her just didn't sit right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 150 pages. I love how I've just started reading the first chapter of the next book. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna read as much of this before bed, like before I fall asleep as I can, and then we'll finish this tomorrow after I finish work. Yeah, I just love these covers, they're so cute. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. That doesn't look great, does it? Just ignore that there's a pile of clothes on there, okay? I've just finished The Mistake. So we're 2 books down in 3 days. That is not bad at all. 3 more to go. It's the score tomorrow? Yes, the score. It's on the back. I'm probably rating this one at 4 stars. I did really enjoy it, but not as much as The Deal. I feel like some parts of this, because it's a very short book, it's only just over 300 pages, some parts like was skipped over a bit or like went quite quick. So I don't know how I feel about those things. Also, I love how like on the front of these, like it was the same with The Deal, like the girls are on the ice with them. There was not one scene in this book or The Deal where Hannah or Grace goes on the ice. Also, I love how the main characters of the first 2 books are Hannah and Grace. And my favourite hockey romance is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. My thoughts. I feel like I have thoughts while I'm reading and then I completely forget when I finish. Oh yeah, one of the thoughts I had was like the whole grovelling part of this was really short. Like really short. That's what I mean, like a lot of things were glazed over. This book probably could have been longer, and in some ways I'm glad it wasn't because I got to finish it today. And it makes this whole process a lot quicker of reading these books. But yeah, I don't know, I think there were some parts of this book that just felt very glazed over rather than being like more thoroughly explored. But it's also just like a little sports romance, so like who really cares? But the whole thing going on with Logan's dad was a bit like, I don't know, like it's this big thing overlooking the whole book, and then how that pans out, I was a bit like, that's a bit anticlimactic. I don't know, there was just a few I just didn't enjoy it as much as The Deal, but I did still enjoy it. I was still giggling. I love this group of hockey players. So yeah, I did still enjoy it, just not as much as The Deal. Okay, yeah, the score next. I'm looking forward to the score because it's Ali and Dean. And I've been looking forward to Dean's book since book 1 because of how much of a... what's the family friendly way of saying what he is? He's so much of a... He's about that free love. The 60s would have loved him. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, and then tomorrow morning, because I don't work Thursday morning, we're gonna get into the score. Okay, I'm like exactly 100 pages through this book. I'm on page 100, chapter 10. I'm enjoying it so far. If there is one micro trope that I love in a romance book, if the MMC is like a real player, we'll call him, even though he doesn't play people, he doesn't count as a player, he just really enjoys the female form. One of my favourite micro tropes when the guy, the MMC, has been or is very readily available, we'll say, is when he tries to get with someone else, or, you know, when he tries to sleep with someone and it's not happening downstairs. I don't know why. I love that trope. It's so funny to me. And it's like he meets this person or he sleeps with this person, and as soon as that happens, his junk does not work for anyone but her. And I love that trope. What I don't love, it happened in the beginning of this, and I think it happened in The Mistake as well, actually, where his like smile, like it's meant to be a boyish grin. That's what they call it, right? Which is less creepy than little boy smile. Why would you call it a little boy smile? That's creepy. It's weird. Boyish grin just sounds more like, oh, he's got like an innocence, like a cheekiness about him of youth. That's like not as bad. Little boy grin sounds like he's trying to act like a 5-year-old, or that's how you see him. It really creeps me out. It's only been used once so far in this book. I think it was used once or twice in The Mistake as well, and I forgot about that yesterday. I don't like that. I don't like that in the slightest. But thankfully it's only happened the once in 100 pages, so let's just hope it doesn't happen again. It's just not the way to describe it, babe. Like, no. But yeah, 100 pages through so far, I am really enjoying. I think so far I might be enjoying this more than The Mistake. Because, I mean, Dean will not let up. And in some ways, I'm like, dude, like, you really need to stop. Like, it's too much. He's a bit like Carter from Consider Me. Because, like, Carter was a bit much sometimes in his advances. And Dean is kind of doing similar. But I think because he's just, like, known flirty, and he's not coming across necessarily as being a threat or anything. He's just kind of always trying his luck. It's not as bad. And it is his personality at the end of the day. So, yeah. But he's a bit much, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, anyway, I need to go put my uniform on and go to work. And then I'll be back. I probably won't be home till 8 o'clock. I hate working late at work. I just don't like being out that late in general. I'm tempted to get McDonald's for tea because I work right next to one. And I feel like I'm gonna be too lazy. I've got quite bad fatigue today. I do not feel great, but I'm just kind of forcing myself through it, which I'm not gonna do, but anyway, yeah, I'll see you later, possibly with a McDonald's, depending on if I feel sick or not later, and we will continue with some more of this. Please tell me why it's apparently the hottest day of the year, and by that I mean it's been randomly like 25 degrees today, and actually occasionally sunny, rather than just raining and being cloudy and kind of chilly, like it has been the last like 6 weeks. And yeah, I'm freezing. My house is so cold. It's an old house, so it's like 3 bricks deep. So like it doesn't really let the heat in. And also I have all the walls are paint, and all the flooring aside from the staircase is wood or like tile. And also I don't get any, like, aside from like first thing in the morning, from like the hours of maybe 7 till 10, I'll get sunlight in this room, and after that it's freezing cold because we don't get any direct sunlight. I am so cold. Anyway, I'm over halfway through this. I think I got to 150 last night. I'm currently on 188. The like little sexting scene at the bar last night had me giggling. I found that hilarious. The bath scene that has just happened, I've also found hilarious. Yeah, this one's definitely a lot more funny and like, I don't know, than the last one. I don't know, I'm just enjoying these books. I wouldn't say they're like anything amazing, but I just love a sports romance where there's found family within like the team and the girls that like become the girlfriends. I just love that. Also, I have to say the cover for The Legacy is adorable. Like all the girls like waving at the guys on the ice is adorable. It is. So I'm dreading the Legacy though, because apparently it's really bad. Anyway, I don't know what I'm thinking. I just thought I would do an update because I don't know if I'm going to update anymore. Tonight, I possibly will. I had wanted to finish this book tonight, but to be honest, I'm really tired after today. Today, the whole world stopped working electronically. I work in a GP practice in the UK. and it was a very stressful morning. The rest of the day was fine. But as far as I'm aware, our systems in the UK are still not back online. But yeah, it's difficult working in a GP surgery when there's no, when your regular online system where everyone's notes are and everyone's details goes. So yeah, but honestly, it was fine. We all plodded through. We all worked really well together. We all kept calm, and the day was fine. There were some parts where it was just actually really boring because there wasn't anything we could do, like work-wise, aside from answer the occasional phone call and tell people I'm very sorry, but we cannot order your prescription. Please call on Monday. Friday is the worst day for this to happen because it's like we got a whole weekend in between of things to catch up on. So Monday is going to be a lot. Okay, I didn't read any more. I've just been on FaceTime with my friend, and we may have just on a whim booked a holiday for Disneyland Paris next year. I have not been abroad in about, but by the time we go, it'll have been about 8 years. So yeah, that was it. I mean, we've discussed it prior, but it was kind of on a whim to book it. But I was like, if we don't book it now, we're not going to. So let's do it. So I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna try and finish the score tomorrow. I can't stop giggling at this man. It's the fact he always calls her babe, and she's upset, and he goes baby, and I'm like, what? This man. What has just happened? Literally, what the fuck? I love these guys. They have a real, like, family bond, and I love them. Oh no. This isn't good. Everything's really sad right now. I don't like it. Well then, that was a very exciting ending. I think I'm gonna give this one a 4.25. I prefer the deal slightly more, but I like it more than the mistake. So my order currently is the deal, the score, the mistake. Now we just need to read the goal and find out what I think about that one. Which I'm gonna have a nap right now, and then I will start the goal. And I'm going to my mum's for tea tonight. I was like, Mum, I really fancy a steak. And it's not something I know really how to cook. So I'm going to my mum's and she's making me tea. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Let's properly discuss. Yeah, the little boy smile thing was only mentioned once at the beginning, so we will just pretend that never happened. Dean, I love Dean. I felt so bad for him there, but also he was being a pansy. Like, he needed to grow a bit, which he did. I don't know what else to say, really. I just really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I liked their dynamic. And they're just really cute. Ali and Dean, they just really were cute together. I realised though, after the bath scene, it didn't know, like there was no like, oh, so it was her, not him. That was, people who have read it will understand what I mean. Why does my hand look huge, like really long, like that? That's okay. People who have read it will know what I mean by the bath scene and what happens following on from that because of the bath scene. That was never clarified with the guys, which I think is hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna go for a nap. Okay, my hair truly looks awful today, so we're just gonna ignore that. Thank you. So I'm not quite halfway through this book just yet. I'm on page 160 exactly. I only read about 80 pages of this yesterday because I had a nap and woke up to my mum ringing me that she was on her way, like gonna be there in a minute. Because I went and had tea at my mum's yesterday. Had a lovely stay. So far we are not at the point of the story. Technically the romance is the point of the story, but because of how the score ended, I thought the like reason for them getting together was gonna be like happening more towards the beginning of the story, but we're not there yet. It hasn't happened yet, and so I'm really confused when it's gonna happen. I mean, it tells you on the back it's accidental pregnancy, so you would expect that to take up most of the story. Because why would I don't know. I'm very confused, but I am very much enjoying it. I genuinely can't decide who my favourite man is. I think it's probably still is Garrett, but Tucker and Dean are very close. Like, I cannot choose between Tucker and Dean. They're very different men. Tucker is definitely like the silent, like, you know how they say it's always the quiet ones? That is definitely Tucker in this. He is not what I was expecting in the best way. Man just knows what's what. That's all I can say. I kind of want to flip through and just find out when it happens, but I'm going to refrain. I'm going to go back to reading this book now. I thought I would do a quick update because I haven't spoken to you since I've started reading the book. So yeah, I'm going to go read more. And maybe we'll update you when we find out about the pregnancy. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I literally turned the page and it's her, well, I say turn the page. I literally started reading the page I was on. And on the like next page, like on this, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but on the first 2 pages of the chapter I was on, she starts talking about the fact that she's feeling queasy. And I'm like, maybe it's happening now. I will keep you updated. Okay, yeah, we've literally just got to the whole testing positive part. Literally all I had to do was read another chapter and I would have seen that we were there. So we have like just over half the book left of a pregnant Sabrina. The baby has arrived. That's where we're up to right now. I have less than 100 pages left. Let's get this done. I have to say, I'm like nearly finished. I have like 10 pages left. I hate his mum. I hate her. She's awful. Yes, she's just trying to be like protective of Tucker, but he's a grown-ass man. And she's not taking any actual attempts to get to know Sabrina. And like, this girl could have just decided not to go to Harvard, raise a kid, and completely like basically mooch off Tucker. Like, Tucker would have to be the main breadwinner. But no, she's still going to Harvard to become a lawyer, which would put her and Tucker and little Jamie in a really good position financially later on in life. And she's busting her ass to raise a child and still go to law school. And this woman is being a right bitch. I don't like her. I really don't like her. I want Tucker to come in and just absolutely like rinse his mom to shit. Like, I've just like, I know I do this. I like read something but my eyes flick down and I spoil things for me. And I've just done it for myself there. I hate how I do that. We're finished. That was cute. Okay, I'm done. That was really cute. I think this one's probably also a 4.25. No, I'm gonna go, this one's a 4 because I do like the score slightly more. So this one's probably on par with The Mistake. Yeah, that feels about right to me. So we're going for 4 stars. This one, Tucker is just such a man in the best way. I don't know why a lot of people do not like accidental pregnancy trope or kids in books. I'm not one of those people. It's really weird because pregnancy is something that I do not want for myself. Partly because I have chronic fatigue syndrome and I think it would kill me off. Partly because I have a fear of vomit. And partly because I have a great aversion to pain. So I myself would love to never have to be pregnant in my life. So it's not that. But when I was younger especially, I was always like, I'm going to be a mum one day. And I was like always very maternal. And so, and I just love seeing people get married and get engaged and have babies and have really cute, wholesome little family lives. I just love that personally. I think it's adorable. And hence why I love it in books. And this is one thing I love is when a hot guy is really good with kids. And when he just steps up and he's a great dad and a great partner and is very supportive and just Tucker is all of these things. He's like Theo from Reckless, who I also love. I'm going to try and read some of The Legacy today as well. A lot of people have told me they do not like this book. And by told me, I mean I've watched YouTube videos. People haven't told me, like, personally. So many people do not like The Legacy. But I'm going to go into it with an open mind because I love epilogues. So many people love romance books for, like, the lead up to the relationship and, like, for them getting into the relationship. Whereas, and then they get bored once they are actually together. However, I love, like, the cute coupley things. I love the moments when couples are together and, like, seeing them get married or engaged or have kids. I love the epilogue. I love the happiness. I love the happily ever after. It's what I live for with romance books. So I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy it. But we will find out when I start it. I'm going to watch some YouTube and do my nails, I think. I just have regular nail varnish on rather than gel. But, like, it's bubbly and, like, that one's got, like, a big gouge in it. And so I'm going to redo them, I think. And watch some YouTube and just kind of veg on the sofa for a bit. And then I will start The Legacy. Yesterday I got about halfway through The Legacy. I'm on just past 200 page 250. So we've done the pact, which is, so basically on the back here we've got a wedding, a proposal, an elopement, and a surprise pregnancy. We've done the pact, which was the elopement. We've done the proposal, which was the proposal. Now we're on to the honeymoon. And then we still have, obviously, the surprise pregnancy left as well. I guess, too, the surprise pregnancy was, I thought the elopement was going to be Dean and Ali. I was wrong. I thought the proposal was going to be Logan and Grace. So I guess I kind of thought the wedding would be Tucker and Sabrina. But, yeah, it's just, we had an incident with Logan, again, with the little boy grin. I need Elle Kennedy to delete those off her books. I need them gone. I just think it's creepy. I don't like it. But aside from that, it's been fine. I'm enjoying it because, like I say, it's one big epilogue and I love epilogues. I love happily ever afters. I did think Dean and Ali's was a bit, like, I don't know. I think Ali was, like, a bit mean. I don't know. So I felt really bad for Dean in their little bit, but Logan and Grace were really cute. So yeah, now we're up to the honeymoon. So we're on to Tucker and Sabrina. I feel like, I don't know what, are we just gonna, is it just gonna be like a 2-week love fest with them? Like, what's it gonna be? Okay, I've just finished The Legacy. I don't know what to rate it, to be honest, because it was just basically a 300-page epilogue. I also forgot that Garrett names his baby Gigi. Like, he was saying that Tucker and Sabrina should name their baby Gigi. Like, Gigi for Garrett Graham. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, actually, because, like I say, I love a happy ending. Yeah, so I've officially
finished all 5 books in the off-campus series. I will film a clip tomorrow doing like a whole roundup review and end the video then. So I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, let's talk about the off-campus series. So The Deal, I think, was my favourite. This one I rated a 4.5 stars. I loved this book. Garrett Graham really just did the most. Yeah, I just felt it was so fun. It really gave me like Icebreaker vibes, and I loved Icebreaker. Obviously Icebreaker came after these, so technically Icebreaker gives off-campus vibes, I guess. I don't even know what to say about these. I don't know how to talk about books. I really probably should learn, considering that I do talk about books for this channel. That is the point of the channel. But anyway, I think obviously it's one of those things where it's a hockey romance. It's not too serious. It's not written in the most elaborate literary way, but it was very fun. And yeah, I think their relationship was probably one of my favourites, because kind of like with Anastasia and Nathan, he had to open her up, and I enjoyed that. Like, there was more of that chase there, and the fact that they became friends first. I love friends to lovers. I just loved that because it was really wholesome, even though Garrett is a horny man. Yeah, I think it made it more wholesome and just made me appreciate that more. And I think because they both have other things going on that like in the background that are more serious topics as well, it just felt like it had quite a bit of substance to it. So this one was definitely my favourite. Okay, then we had The Mistake, which I rated a 4 stars. This one is the shortest of the 4 books. It's about on par with The Legacy though. Yeah, I rated this one a 4 stars. The thing is with this one, and was it the score? The whole little boy grin thing. Thankfully, I don't think it happened in The Deal. It really disgusts me. I'm sorry. And that takes me out of it a bit. This one, I didn't enjoy as much as The Deal, because I feel like she gave me a list of 6 things to like convince it to say yes to a date, basically, if he did them. And I suppose, yeah, the first like 100 to 150 pages is the before summer break, and then the second part is after, which is where he's trying to like win her back, basically. I feel like that was quite quick. I don't know. I just feel like if a guy who really loves the chase and is a player only has to do 6 things, I feel like that's like he's gonna do that just to sleep with you and then go away. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that it necessarily means anything. I don't know. The love poem was cute. I think that one was more so. And then some of the tasks was a bit stupid, and again, like a player would do them just for a laugh and as part of the chase. So that part of the story really didn't feel very realistic or very like meaningful, I guess. But again, I did really enjoy it. I thought it was fun, and I love Logan. I do love Logan. He's very funny. His and Garrett's friendship, I think them two are the closest out of the 4 boys in this. I love them. I just think their friendship is hilarious, and I want more, honestly. Okay, then we had The Score. This one is a very close second favourite to The Deal, mainly because Dean and Ali are so funny. I just, like, Dean is so unserious in the most serious way. Weirdly, like, he's got a lot more depth to him than you think he does in the first 2 books, because in the first 2 books, all you see him as is a massive whore, a man whore, let's be real. But he does have a lot more to him, and I think he's got a lot more. I think he's lived a very lucky, privileged life, and he is a very upbeat, optimistic, happy person, which I love about his personality, because he seems like, aside from being hit on 24/7, he seems like he's the kind of person who, if you need a pick-me-up, or if you just need to be around that friend who is fun and will take your mind off things, he's your guy, basically. However, if you are a female, the fun he wants is probably sexual. But yeah, I think you saw a big change in Dean, and I think Ali was so sweet. I love Ali. Her and Hannah's friendship as well is also really cute. I think it was a bit like, I used to be, when I was like 17, 18, in a very on again, off again relationship. So I do get where she came from in this book. Like, you hit a point where it's like, okay, we've been on and off, on again and off again so much that this is just the last time. Like, I really am sick of this now. You do hit that point, but it's also is the same thing where, you know, if you see them again too soon, you're probably going to fall back into the pattern of being on again, off again. So I think that was very like self-aware. So I quite enjoyed that part of it. I thought that was quite realistic, actually. But I think what's also realistic, and I felt really bad for her for, is the like slut shaming, like internal slut shaming in this book. Like that scene with Sean, where when he finds out him and Dean have been like sleeping together, I felt so horrific for her. Like, I felt horrible for her. I thought that was a horrific, like, probably quite real thing that some men would respond to. Like, I think some men would act that way, which is just stupid. It's such a double standard. And I love how Dean, being a man whore, is like, no, there is no double standard. If you like sex, you like sex. That is fine. That does not mean you're dirty. That does not mean you're riddled with STDs. That does not mean that you're a slut. And I loved that as well about Dean, is the fact that he was like, look, I like sex. That does not mean, he's like, that doesn't necessarily impact my character, or it shouldn't, and it shouldn't impact your character. And he's like, women should be able to do what they want with their bodies as well. So Dean is a feminist. Yeah, but I felt really bad for that scene, because he said some awful things, Sean. Yeah. So I really did enjoy this book. I feel like I've had more to say about this book than The Deal, but only because I remember it more, because I've just like more like I've finished it more recently than The Deal. I really do need to start actually making notes after every single, like, on the book after I finish it, before I start another one, because I don't do that anymore, and I forget what I think about books, to be honest. Okay, and then we had The Goal. I think for most unexpected MMC, for how much I would love him, goes to Tucker. I loved Tucker. It's always the quiet ones. He had such a quiet confidence about him, and he was so like self-assured, especially like with Sabrina. It was really hot. But also when she said, like, look, I really don't have time right now, I'm genuinely being serious, I don't want to start anything up, he was like, okay, that's fine. And he didn't contact her again. They just so happened to bump into each other, and that's obviously how things kind of started off again, which I really respected, because a lot of times, like, you find men that just don't want to say no, like, don't want to take no for an answer. Like, even Logan in The Mistake kind of was like not taking no for an answer when Grace was like, look, I don't trust you, I'm still really upset with what happened, and he was like, yeah, but I will change your mind. And in some cases, yeah, I guess it's fine to be self-assured and confident and persevere with that kind of thing. But Tucker was like, look, I'm going to take what she says for what she says. And I really respected that. I also really respected how he stepped up. I think he doesn't look after his own needs anywhere near enough, but he's just so chill. So exactly the kind of man that Sabrina needs, because Sabrina is so up at height at all times. She's taking too much on, but she has no other option. She's having 2 jobs, as well as her 4th year of college, and also trying to get into Harvard. And it's like Harvard Law School. Like, she has a lot going on, and then a horrible home life. So you really respect Sabrina in this book. I mean, I never took anything that was said about Sabrina in the score to mean anything, because I was like, okay, a guy thinks that a girl who doesn't like him, especially a man whore thinking a girl who doesn't like him is a bitch, to me does not say anything about her character. It says everything about his. But with them, it was a miscommunication. We'll let Dean off slightly. I think this one I rated, oh, I forgot to say, the score was a 4.25. The goal is 4 stars. So I liked it about the same as A Mistake. I think Sabrina was kind of holding, at the point where you're having a kid with someone and that guy is genuinely going to stay around and he's being a really good guy, why are you still got your walls up? I just don't see the point in that, and I just think that was a bit stupid and a bit immature. But yeah, I did really enjoy this book, and I really, really enjoyed Tucker, I have to say. Okay, and finally we have The Legacy, the one book that everyone seems to hate for some reason. And I quite enjoyed it. I've put it as a 3.75 stars because it pretty much just is one long epilogue. And I felt Ali really did Dean dirty in this book. There was a few frustrating moments, but aside from that, I just loved seeing them all in their happily ever afters, even through like the dips that happened, and seeing them all be friends and everything. I thought it was fun. Obviously it's not a necessity to read this book. I think the couples from the Briar U series are mentioned in this, so you could technically read this after Off Campus, or you could read it after Briar U. Technically it's part of the Off Campus series, but there's mentions of the other couples. So I don't know if my thoughts were very succinct. I don't know if there was anything really of any merit that I've said, and this is currently 15 minutes, so God knows how long this vlog is going to be. But yeah, I really enjoyed the series. I'm so happy I finally read them. I cannot wait to get round to Briar U, and I don't know what the next series is called, but with the Graham Effect. I kind of want to read the Graham Effect next. Also, can we talk about the fact that in The Goal, Graham was like, oh yeah, you should call her Gigi. Forget Graham. And he genuinely called his daughter Gigi. Like that didn't, obviously I had seen that her name is Gigi before I had seen that. But because of reading The Goal and his reasons why she should be called Gigi, Hannah, why would you let him do that? That's kind of iconic at the same time, but I just, yeah. Anyway, I kind of want to read that one next because it follows on, but no, I'm going to read Briar U. I'm going to go in order of like publication, and then we'll get on to The Grimm Effect, The Dixon Rule, and whatever's next, because that series isn't even finished yet, whereas Briar U is. But that will be coming another time. I can't believe I've read 5 books in 8 days. Like, that's pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty decent. I'm very happy with how this month's reading is going. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that video there. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Let me know if you've read Off Campus and which book or which couple is your favourite in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!